Hello, Lisa Warden here with Sacred Living. I am here with your reading for the week, Sunday, August 13th through Sunday, August 20th. And while we're doing the reading, you can be thinking about whether you resonate with the message of Archangel number 1, Archangel number 2, Archangel number 3, and I will have those for you at the end of the reading as additional support for making your way through the week. So this week we have a lot of movement at the beginning of the week, and then I feel like there's just this kind of stagnation in the air that causes us to really or I guess invites us to take a bigger stand back before we take very much action on it. So when we begin with Sunday, and I'm using a different deck this week, I'm using the Sacred Forest from Denise Linn. And I have for Sunday the reflecting pool. So Sunday starts with a little bit of stillness, and she's reflecting back into the positive transformations that she has made. But also, as we reflect, sometimes we have to go into that deep, dark to find out why we're in pain. Are we in mental pain and anguish? Are we in physical pain? Reflecting inward is going to give us the keys to a lot of things, but we have to have a little bit of quiet around us so that we have the quiet inside of us to be able to tolerate digging through the gobbledygook. On a brighter note, if you are instead really enjoying the review of the positive transformations, then really take in what was it that helped me to accomplish that, and kind of hold that in your pocket as something that you can pull out to continue to help you grow and change. Monday has us really focused on the importance of joy in our life. Hummingbird medicine is so strong. And so hummingbirds, of course, dine on the nectar, the sweetest part of the flower, right? And so hummingbirds will eat from at least 1,000 flowers a day because they use so much energy. But also, if you have seen a hummingbird, they're just such precise little flyers. They can go up and down and around, and they can even fly backwards. And so Monday, again, there's a lot of looking at things from different angles, but in our joy, allow yourself to play around and not have to take the most direct path. On Tuesday, we have some gold in our hands. This literal bee spirit is coming to us, and honey is like gold. It doesn't spoil. There's honey that has been preserved from ancient Egypt that is thousands of years old. And so there's this element of just this, the value of something that just doesn't go away, but it comes with hard work. And so Tuesday is like, what are you endeavoring to create? What is the goal that you are looking with your hard work and the work of your hands to bring forward? Something that will leave that indelible mark like honey that doesn't go bad. Wednesday is kind of like this anchor point where we're moving. It's more active. And then Wednesday kind of has us to take roots and focus in on our strength and what is holding us upright. And so oak medicine is really kind of, it's all about this great strength and endurance and ability to tolerate. But the other thing is sometimes oak isn't quite as flexible as it could be. So it's important to really see, how do you need to use oak energy in your life on Wednesday? Do you need to be mindful that you're being too stubborn and there's some area of your life where it's going to be important to go with the flow in order to have your highest outcome unfolded to you? Or is this a time where you need to call on the strength of the oak in order to be able to get through? And when I saw this card come up, it reminded me of there's 2 oaks left from the times of the Druids in Glastonbury Abbey, England, Gog and Magog. And if you get a chance to look them up on either a YouTube video or Google or something like that, they are just these beautiful old gnarly oaks. And unfortunately, a couple of years ago, One of them was caught on fire with a candle. So now they actually have a chain link fence around the trees so that you can get right up closer to them, but you cannot touch them. And so it's like, even in times where you cannot quite reach out and touch that, you also can't not touch the energy of those trees. They're just absolutely amazing powerhouses, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you think when you look up those trees. They're amazing. So that is Wednesday. Thursday is calling on Eagle Spirit, and so there's a Pegasus, a winged horse, on the ground, but that Pegasus is just kind of really involved with the magic of the ground, and it's the eagle that's way up high. So eagles can fly miles into the sky, and that is why Native Americans talk about eagles taking the prayers of the people to the sun to be handled by Creator, because they can fly the highest. And so what's really important is when eagles come up or eagles are in your environment, are you taking a wide enough glance at what's going on, or are you too close up and too close to the situation to see all of the energies that are at play? So it's really important to also take note that one thing that is kind of at least funny to me is crows will just mock the heck out of eagles. Like, they will sit on them and make, like they're taxis. But inevitably, a eagle will break free of this crow because he doesn't even give him a moment's thought. The way that he handles that is he just flies so high that the crow has to leave because he can't tolerate that altitude anymore. And he has to leave the eagle alone. And that's lots of times how eagle deals with any kind of contrariness from any other bird. It just flies out and away and leaves them at that lower level. And so sometimes that's the best way to manage any kind of conflict, is to just raise our frequency and stay in that. So Friday has the air spirit coming and asking us to really focus on knowledge. And so I see this boat is just kind of in one place, and it is asking us to just really, and I see these 3 gold dots, remember the honey from earlier in the week, just pay attention to what it is that we already know about a situation without taking action, I think, is to me the message of this card. So we've got this piece of the pines, and then we've got just the stillness of the air. So like there's this soft whispering wind to me that I'm noticing from the pine trees that is coming with knowledge, and there's three big things to focus on. But there isn't any action steps, just to notice is what we're being asked to do with that card. And then Saturday comes the Wizard of the Woods. And the Wizard of the Woods is also asking us to just focus on what it is that we are being mindful of and what are we noticing. It doesn't feel like there's any action steps with that, just, okay, I sat with this on Friday, and as I sit here sipping my coffee and listening to things and the energies around on Saturday, what am I noticing with that? So there's a lot of, thinking, what am I noticing? And then Sunday is that storm spirit chaos that's coming in. So in a thunderstorm, there's this energy, and the lightning comes, and the soil can be re-energized with nitrogen, and there's this energy in the air, and so you just never know where the lightning is going to strike and when the thunder is going to hit and those kinds of things, and it can be absolutely terrifying. And it's renewing at the same time. So it's important to recognize that anytime a storm of chaos, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of chaos in my own life. I just I like to cruise along, cruise along on my little noticing boat, right? And so Sunday, there's going to be a fair bit of chaos. Some kind of news is going to come, but there's going to be this energy of a little bit of upheaval, and it's going to kind of stir things up. So the important thing to remember is, even in a bad storm where limbs get knocked down off of trees, those trees then later go back to be housing for rabbits and different animals, and it fertilizes the soil. So it's like anything that gets knocked off or down is going to serve as fertilizer for the seeds you plant for the next steps in your life. So do the best you can to allow yourself to not get worked up by anything that gets broken off or into an upheaval, because it's going to be that fertilizer for the next phase of your life. So that is your reading for the week. If you had Archangel number 1, then you have Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Metatron is here to help with any kind of indigo and crystal children, which, you know, lots of those kiddos are in their 20s by now. But you have a bond with children, and in particular, you can help children who are sensitive. And so, as we well know, many of us, it is not the easiest thing to learn how to drive those spiritual gifts that we often have brought into this incarnation with us. And so being able to help those around us drive learn how to use those tools more effectively, Metatron is here to help with that. And please share your wisdom. If you have Archangel number 2, here we have Archangel Uriel again this week. Brilliant idea. So again, he is that Archangel of wisdom. Archangel Uriel is saying, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action and bring your idea to fruition. So I can't help but noticing the 2 cards with lightning on them this week. And so if you are especially affected by the chaos, even if you didn't select Archangel number 2, go ahead and ask Archangel Uriel to help you understand how this chaos is going to be a epiphany and a great forward momentum action item for you. If you have Archangel number 3, then you have Archangel Azrael coming with comfort for you. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So Archangel Azrael comes to help those of us who really struggle with grief to just have that greater ease in our heart and be able to move forward with greater joy. So that is your reading for the week. If you are looking for your own private reading and watching this on YouTube, how to reach me is in the About section. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and reach out to me on Messenger. And I hope this helps you, and I hope you have a great week. Take good care.